Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn some basic concept of current electricity. Okay. As you can see that AB is a conductor wire in which the charges are flowing. Okay. Now the charge is flowing from B end to the A end because electrons are always moving from negative to the positive because electrons are negatively charged. And blue lines, one bigger line, blue line is showing the positive terminal and negative small one is showing the smaller line, blue line. So electron flows from negative terminal to the positive, whereas the flow of current is just opposite to the flow of electron. So you can see from the diagram that electron flows from positive to the negative end. Okay. So in this diagram, always remember electron flows from negative to the positive and current flows from positive to the negative, opposite of the flow of electrons. Let us see the next one. Flow of electrons. After that electric current is there. Now we have studied wind current, we have studied the ocean currents are there. It means whenever the winds are flowing, current is there. Similarly, when charges are also flowing, the current is there. This is known as electric current. So electric current is formed by the moving charges. Definition we will talk. Rate of flow of charge. Okay, rate of flow of electric charge through a cross section of the wire is called as electric current. Okay, so I is equals to Q upon T, where I is the symbol of current and Q is the symbol of charge and T is the time taken. So children, we can make the unit also by this formula. Q is the charge, coulomb upon second, or the SI unit we can write amperes because it is named after a scientist. So always write in capital A. If you are using only the first letter, then it should be capital letter. Otherwise, you can write the whole letter in the small, amperes. Now, let us see the next slide. Potential difference. As you know, children, that water flows from higher level to the lower level. Similarly, potential difference is also required in the circuit for the flow of current. Now, who is allowing that flow of current? Battery and cell in the circuit. So, let us see the definition. When an electric field would cause a charge to accelerate between the 2 points, we say there is a potential difference between them. So the potential difference is denoted by V between the 2 points. It is the amount of work done in moving a unit charge, means 1 coulomb of charge, to move from one end of the conductor to another end of the conductor, means the wire. That is called the potential difference. Now let us see the formula. V is equals to W upon Q. W is the amount of work done and Q is the charge. So joule per coulomb we can write the unit. Otherwise in SI we can write the volt and symbol is V. Again the scientist name. So capital V symbol you will use. 1 volt is 1 joule upon 1 coulomb. So we can make the definition of 1 volt also. Now let us see the definition of potential in this diagram. So children, potential is a very big quantity. You cannot measure it. So always remember how we can write the definition. It is the amount of charge, unit charge, to move that charge from infinity. Infinity distance is very vast. Move that unit positive charge from infinity inside the conductor wire. From infinity inside the conductor wire to move that unit amount of charge, the amount of work done which we require, that is called potential, electric potential. Okay, and it is very big quantity, although the unit is same, that is volt, or you can write joule per coulomb. So there should be no doubt in this definition. It is the amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge from infinity inside the conductor. Now let us see the another definition which is coming after this slide. What is that? See, two charges are there. If you can see, 2 red balls are there. That is denoting the charges and the green line is there. Okay, green double-sided arrows. It means it is the amount of work done. Electric potential difference is a small quantity than electric potential. So it is the amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge from one end of the conductor to another end of the conductor. Okay, from point A to point B. So 2 balls are there, 2 charges from point A to point B. That amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge or from one end of the conductor to another end of the conductor is called electric potential difference. The SI unit is same, volt or joule per coulomb. So there should be no difference in the you can say in the this unit. SI unit is same. Only the little difference is there. Electric potential difference we can measure, but electric potential is very difficult to measure. Now let us see the next one. Electric resistance. Now what is resistance? Resist means to oppose the flow of something. Like you have the speed breakers. So what is the purpose of speed breakers? It controls the speed of traffic, otherwise the accident will be there. So children, in the circuit the charges are moving at a very high speed because the energy is there, the battery is giving. So if you don't control, it will heat up your circuit and it can damage the junction, it can damage the circuit. To control, resistors are there, and resistance is the property of that opposing flow of current, that is called electric resistance. So voltage pushes the charge to control how much the charge should flow, that is called the electric resistance. Let us consider the example of a water hose. If the water, like closing the end of the water hose, it controls how much fast the water will come out. So in electric current, if resistance is less, children, it means the wire is shorter, so resistance will be less. Always remember, if wire you are taking thicker, so resistance is less. Again you will think. Now let's, in the next diagram we can have some more examples. Like you have first diagram, you can see L1 is of shorter length, L2 is of bigger length, double length. So less resistance will be there in a shorter length and more resistance will be there in a longer length. Area, in first wire the area is more, in the second the area is less. Okay, so more area, less resistance, less area, okay, more resistance will be there. Copper and aluminum. So copper will have less resistance because it's a very good conductor, but aluminum is the second highest one, so it is having more resistance. Temperature T1 is less, okay, of the conductor, less resistance. More temperature if you give, it will, more collision will be there of electron and more resistance will be there. So these are the factors on which the resistance depend: length, area, material of the wire and the temperature. Okay, these are the factors affecting resistance. Now let us see the next slide. What is the formula of this resistance? Okay, so R is equals to rho. This is rho, which is a P type symbol, small P type symbol you are seeing. This is rho, R-H-O. So R is equals to rho L upon A. L is the length of the conductor, A is the area of cross section, so rho L upon A. And conductance, which is V, is the symbol for conductance is capital G. It is the reciprocal of resistance. As you can see, if you reciprocal the formula, A upon rho L will come and it is the conductance, it is a reciprocal of resistance. And what unit you will write? Ohm is the unit of resistance, the ohm inverse you can write, or if you don't want ohm inverse, you can also write Siemens. It is clearly mentioned. Okay, so you can also write Siemens or conductance for conductance unit. Now we are coming to the next slide. Let us see what the next slide is showing you about that resistance. Ohmic and non-ohmic. Now children, George Ohm was a scientist. He worked the linking between, give a relationship between V and I, the potential difference in I. So he took two conductors, ohmic conductors and non-ohmic conductors. So in ohmic conductors, he took the metals, all good metals he has taken. And in non-ohmic, he has taken like alloys, he has taken semiconductors, he has taken, and he plot the graph. As you can see in the first figure for ohmic, it is coming a straight line, and in the second diagram it is showing a curved line. So what does it shows? When the straight line is there, it means V is directly proportional to I, means more is the potential, more is the current. Second diagram, V is inversely proportional to I, that is why the curve is not a straight line, it is a curved one. So the conductor which obeys Ohm's law are called ohmic conductors, and the conductors which do not obey Ohm's law are called non-ohmic conductors. So this should be clear, ohmic and non-ohmic. Let us see what is resistivity, children. Resistivity depends on the nature of the material, which material you are taking, because it depends on the number of electrons which is present in the conductor. Moreover, resistivity is nothing but the resistance only, but you have to take unit cross sectional area of that conductor and unit length, unit cross sectional area and unit length. So it is that resistance only. So you can see copper, silicon, silver, plastic, four things are given. The resistance depends on the size and shape of the material, its cross sectional area and length. So the measure of how much a particular material opposes the electron flow is called the resistivity of the material. So it is the nature of that material, how much number free electrons are there. So it depends on that factors. Always remember it. R is equals to rho, which is the small p. So that small p is the resistivity. Okay, that is the resistivity. Now let us see In the next slide, what it is showing, resistivity is what? The inverse of conductivity. We have studied the conductivity also. So conductivity is sigma, and rho is inversely proportional to conductivity. Okay, more is the conductivity, so conductivity means less, so then you can write it as resistivity. So rho is 1 upon sigma. So what is the unit? Again, opposite of that, the resistivity has the SI unit of ohm meter, remember it. And this you can easily calculate from this formula, R is equals to rho L upon A. You can see this formula is given to you children. So rho is your resistivity, so you can get the easily formula. R is ohm, A is meter square, L is meter. So we can easily make out the formula also of rho and unit also of rho, which is the resistivity. So I hope there should be no doubt in understanding this formula. This is the linking formula between the resistance and resistivity. Now let us see the next slide. This is a circuit of rheostat. Okay, rheostat arrangement is there. A, B, C terminals are there. 2 are the bottom terminals and B is the topmost terminal. So orange part, you can see there is a number of turns in which the electricity is, the current is flowing. And purple, you can see the top. This is a sliding contact. Whenever you are shifting the sliding contact, children, you can increase or decrease the amount of current. Okay, how you are increasing or decreasing the amount of current? Because the resistance will change. So if you want to change the amount of resistance, you have to slide this contact, purple contact over there. And in this way, the current will vary. So this is how the rheostat will work. So I hope you have understood this. How the working of rheostat is there. Thank you so much.